Behind the Shades.
I like to categorize people, or at least people around me, into three categories. You have the people that are there for you when you want to party, the Friday night, the Saturday night people, the people that are there that you can have conversations that are meaningful and they will support you, but you don't necessarily speak to them every single day. And then there's a group of people that you know that anytime you're going through something, they're one of the first people that you call, because these are the people that you know that if 1 week, 2 week, 3 weeks, or even a month has gone by, they will be there for you, either financially, emotionally, for the conversation. And what you need to figure out, Amanda, is that some people will maneuver themselves around you, especially when there's a benefit, your money, your time, your resources. But as soon as you start to limit what their purpose is to be around you, then you're like the enemy, because they're either there for a season, there for a reason, or they're there for a meaning. And what you're going to have to find out is that the older you get, the smaller your circle is. If I take a look at my life and tell you, when I bought my house, there's some people who I was friends with for years that turned around and told me, why is it that you can get a house and I can't? Within that same year, the friendship was over, because you can't bring everyone along. The more successful you become emotionally, the more you begin to repair yourself, the more you begin to heal. Some people are going to get left behind because you are more of a benefit to them when you're broken. Yes. But now that you start to piece things together, you are no longer a compassionate case. You are competition, because your life is going to start to get better and they may not be able to compete with the new you.
Or use and abuse the new me. You just said everything that I've been trying to get out. Like, and you put it into words better than I can right now because I'm so emotional, but that's exactly the truth. Like, there are people who that are there for you only as long as they can take away from you. And when there's nothing left to give you or take from you, then you're of no use to them. And I think what I'm struggling with is who those people are.
Are those people important to you?
The most, like, when you say your circle has to be small, they're like, if there was nobody else on earth, like, they're those people. And I've had to accept distancing myself from them because if I keep going the way I'm going, I'm not gonna, I mean, I don't know. I don't mean I'm just gonna die physically, but mentally, I feel like I'm just gonna break. And I have to distance myself and set these boundaries, give them a reason to step back and respect me and to respect my journey. Because I haven't given them a reason to. I've always just put myself, I've just taken a back seat to myself to give everyone else all of my resources, all of my time, all of my energy, all of my money, just everything that I had that I felt was of worth. I had given it to everyone but me. And I was happy to do that. And there was this day that I realized that when I needed just a little compassion, just a little bit, just someone to even just listen, and nobody was there. Nobody was there. And then because I had already given them everything that I had that they wanted from me. I didn't have anything left to offer them in that moment. And so I became their enemy. Like you said, I became the bad guy. And when I vocalized how I felt, I immediately I went from the bad guy and got promoted to villain. And I've had to accept that is how they feel. But I know, and I stand firm in my truth, and I know who I am. And I'm confident that it'll all work itself out one day. But right now, this is where I have to be present.
There's a beautiful quote in a movie that I've watched years ago, and it says that you either die a hero or you live long enough to be the villain, because everyone's story needs to have a villain.